and trees go.
All right. Hello, everyone. We are here at Dakota Fine Art, and this is our Artist Highlight series. And today we're talking to Trudy Stubson. Trudy is a member artist at the gallery, and she's originally from Mora, Minnesota. And so we're just going to go through some questions and get some answers from Trudy. So, Trudy, thanks for being with us. What's your background, and how has that influenced your work?
So I come from a small town. It's rural, so I grew up in the country, and it's really influenced my work because even today I'm creating a lot of art that's inspired by that countryside. I find peace in the country, and I like to live in those moments for as long as I can because they bring me peace. So I kind of carry it with me.
Okay. And as far as your background, education-wise, are you self-taught or formally trained? What's your background as far as that?
So I've been making art for a long time. I always wanted to pursue art. It's something that I always enjoyed. So I was interested in art and participated in art shows at a very young age. I believe in 4th grade I was even at the state capitol for different awards. And so I decided to go into art education, where I focused on painting. So I am classically trained, and although I work in every medium, because as an art teacher I had to learn how to use all the mediums, I do still lean more towards painting. I find that I can let loose more in painting, and I feel like when I'm drawing, there's less available to me, whereas with painting I can layer drawing into the painting and have more mediums to work with.
Nice. All right. How did you develop your artistic style?
My artistic style is always evolving. I started out really light when I was younger, and I was more cautious and used a lot more control, probably more towards realism. And then I went full on abstract expressionism. And I even remember at one exhibition where I had started to show some of my more modern works. There was another person at the exhibition who was shocked because they thought I only did abstract artwork. Whereas now I think if people saw my work, they would be like, if I did abstract, they would be thinking the other way. So I've kind of pushed them together, and I do more of an impressionistic style now, but I intensify the colors. So I use highly saturated colors, and I use gestural lines when I'm mixing too. So they're not always super rigid. I don't always use tons of control. I kind of play with the paint while I'm capturing that moment.
All right. As far as your process, so are you doing mostly oil or acrylic, these paintings?
I recently was just gifted a whole bunch of acrylics, but I primarily work in oils. I like layering the oils. I think the colors that I get out of the oils are richer. There's a depth to them that I prefer, and I do layer them. So I build up that color, and I love the process of building it up and getting it to look like it's glowing. So most of my paintings should have this really bright glowing effect. But I do also work in acrylics, and the acrylics I currently have, I have a lot of acrylics that were donated to me. I've been using for a lot more of my abstract pieces because they allow me to work very rapidly. So on days where I am just not feeling very patient, I can just like get that energy out with the acrylics and have like instant gratification.
Nice. So a little bit more on process. What's your favorite time of day to create, or is there?
I like mornings.
Mornings?
I wake up early when I like to paint, and sometimes I don't even get out of my pajamas. It'll be like 7 in the afternoon, and I'll still have my hair in like a messy side bed head that I woke up with.
That's also a morning person for me. I don't know. So what do you feel is the biggest challenge of being an artist?
I think the biggest challenge of being an artist is definitely not creating, because I feel like that is just intuitive and that we just want to create. I feel it's all the hats that you have to wear as an artist, because you can't be good at everything, and being an artist kind of asks you to.
Right.
So it's the marketing, it's the building connections, it's like the getting out and sharing your art. That's the hard part.
Right. Let's see. Skills aside from your creative talent, what skills help you in your career, do you think?
I think some of the skills I've gathered over the years that have helped me is patience. I have a lot of patience. I also have kind of like a drive. So I just feel the need to not give up. I think it's grit, like taking feedback and pursuing it, accepting failures when they happen and just moving forward. Because that is something that you need if you're going to stay in it. You can't just stop when things get slow.
Right. Do you have any influences, and who are your biggest artistic influences?
Oh man. So I do have influences. When I was younger, I thought I didn't, but I was just naive and wasn't aware what those influences are. But I am influenced by a lot of impressionistic artists and abstract expressionism. My favorite artist is cliche, but it's always been Van Gogh. I have a lot of books on Vincent and a lot of local artists. So I'm always looking to local artists that represent kind of like where I want to be and who I want to be as an artist. And I look at them and look up to them and kind of soak in their strengths.
Mm-hmm. Is there anything else you want to say?
Stop into Dakota Fine Art. We have a lot of the best artists in the area here. You're always going to find something new, and if that's not what you're looking for, it's always a good experience. So.
Right. All right. Well, I think that's it. Unless we're good.
We're good.
All right. Thank you, Trudy. Yep.